Please note, the information in this video is based on publicly available sources. We make no claims beyond what has been reported by public outlets. This video is for public awareness purposes only. If you have any information related to this case, please contact the relevant authorities.
Hi everyone, welcome to Unfinished Stories, a channel devoted to raising awareness for missing persons cases and support the ongoing efforts to find answers. In today's episode, we will delve into the unsolved case of JonBenét Ramsey. Christmas should be a time of joy, family, and warmth. But on the 26th of December 1996, a seemingly picture-perfect Christmas for one family turned into a national tragedy. The death of JonBenét Ramsey, a 6-year-old child pageant star, shattered lives and set the stage for one of the most puzzling murder investigations in history. To this day, JonBenét's case remains unsolved, but her story has left an enduring mark on the world. JonBenét Ramsey was the youngest child of John and Patsy Ramsey, a wealthy and influential couple living in Colorado. John was a successful business executive, and Patsy, a former pageant queen, was deeply involved in her daughter's life, especially in JonBenét's involvement in child beauty pageants. On Christmas Day in 1996, the Ramseys celebrated with friends and returned home late in the evening. By the next morning, their world had been irreversibly changed. At 5:52 in the morning on December 26, Patsy Ramsey frantically called 911, reporting that her daughter had been kidnapped. She had allegedly found a disturbing ransom note demanding an oddly specific sum of $118,000. The note warned the family not to involve the police. Patsy made a 911 call almost instantly. The police arrived moments later and began investigating, but what began as a suspected kidnapping would soon take a far darker turn. As investigators searched the house for clues, nothing seemed to line up. Hours passed with no sign of JonBenét. Then, at 1 in the afternoon, JonBenét's father, John, made a horrifying discovery. His daughter's body was in the basement of their own home, allegedly covered by a white blanket. JonBenét had been murdered. She appeared to have been strangled with a garrote made from cord and part of a broken paintbrush. The autopsy revealed she had also suffered a severe skull fracture, and while there appeared to be some indications of potential sexual assault, these findings would become an area of much debate and frustration in the case. In a matter of hours, the Ramseys went from having a missing child case to enduring the horror of a murder scene in their own home. When investigating any crime, the handling of the first few hours is critical. Unfortunately, this investigation began with what appeared to be a cascade of errors. The Ramsey home wasn't sealed off properly, and additional people, including friends and even a pastor, moved freely through the crime scene, potentially contaminating evidence. Shockingly, JonBenét's body had been moved from the basement to the living room after John found her, something investigators would later describe as a devastating misstep. These early failures made it nearly impossible to determine who had been in the house or what had happened that night. Additionally, at 3 full pages, the ransom note was unusually long for a crime like this. Investigators quickly realized the note had been written on paper from a notepad inside the Ramsey home. Experts have described it as overly theatrical and fake, with statements like, "We are a small foreign faction," and oddly businesslike demands. But the most critical question remained: who wrote it? From the start, public suspicion appeared to fall squarely on the Ramsey family. Patsy was accused of potentially staging the crime to cover up an accident, while Burke, JonBenét's older brother, was also speculated to have been involved. These theories gained traction in the media due to potential behavioral inconsistencies in the family's accounts and the unusual ransom note. Police did not find any clear evidence linking the family to the crime. Patsy's handwriting was analyzed against the ransom letter, but no definitive match was ever proven. John Ramsey also came under scrutiny, though DNA evidence later cleared him of involvement. As for Burke, he would deny any involvement during interviews, including a highly controversial appearance on Dr. Phil years later. In the years following JonBenét's death, forensic technology improved dramatically. In 2008, investigators announced that DNA found on JonBenét's clothing did not match anyone in the Ramsey family. This groundbreaking discovery officially ruled out the family as suspects and reignited the possibility of an intruder. Yet, despite this key breakthrough, the identity of the unknown male whose DNA was found remains a mystery. Recent advancements in genealogy have sparked hope for progress, with investigators applying similar techniques to those used in solving cases like the Golden State Killer. In 2022, a cold case team announced they were closer than ever to identifying a suspect, but details remain under wraps. Theories surrounding JonBenét's death are endless. Was it a chilling case of an outsider sneaking into the home? Or was it someone within the Ramsey family who staged the scene to cover their tracks? Some point to a mysterious boot print in the basement as evidence of an intruder, while others argue that the ransom note is too specific and personal, suggesting it could only have been staged by someone in the family. Nearly 30 years later, JonBenét's case remains officially unsolved. Each new development brings hope, but also deep frustration. For the Ramsey family and for the public, a single question looms: will we ever know the truth? JonBenét Ramsey's story isn't about scandal or gossip. It's about justice for a little girl whose life ended far too soon. Investigators haven't given up, and we can only hope that with time, technology, and persistence, the truth will finally come to light. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more true crime stories where we seek the truth and honor victims.